Hello everyone, I'm here with a new process video today, and as you can see, I'm working on a 6x12 layout here. These are photos from my time in Wales. This was the room that I stayed in at the Stanley Arms, as you can see, in Holyhead. And I have the receipt that I want to use because check this out, I have to show it. $29.75. Now that's in pounds. If my camera would focus, there we go. That's in pounds, but still, that's really cheap for a room to myself. You know, it was a place where it was several rooms above a pub, but that's very, very common in Europe and in the UK especially. So for me, all I was going to do basically was work a little bit and sleep there. That's it, because I landed at, oh God, when did I land? Well, here, this will tell me. Okay, so about 7 o'clock I got there. Yeah, so I think we landed at the dock off the ferry at about 6:15. And so then I just walked over to the room after kind of figuring out my way through town. So really I was hardly there because I left the next morning. So it was just enough time to get settled, do a little work, go out to dinner, come back, go to sleep. That's it. So, but I want to showcase it because it was this cute little room, and look at the little tea set and everything that they had waiting so you could make tea right in your room, which I did because I love tea when I'm in the UK. I love tea anyway, but especially there because that's the real stuff. So I appreciate that. So I have all of these. I've already picked out this card to do my journaling, but I need something to put this receipt on in this pocket. All right, I have pulled out my bin that is specific to Ireland and Wales, and I have a bunch of stuff in here already. Like this specifically says Wales, so I have some things there. I also have this, which is kind of a miscellaneous pouch. And then I also have this, where I kept notes for specific things I wanted to use. So here I have what to do with some stamps, and then I think I had one for embellishments later. Cards and embellishments. So I want to read through here and just make sure, did I have something in mind already for this layout? Just so that if I did, I don't forget. So in this package of stuff, I did have this 4x6 card, and there wasn't a note in here about using this, but I'm thinking this may be why I put that in there, because it's pink. It matches this, and I'm just guessing maybe that's why I put it in there, because it talks about why I like staying here. Now, the funny thing is, on the whole, I did like staying there, but I will say part of my journaling is that I'm going to talk about the little snafu I had with the shower in the morning. Now, it's somewhat common in smaller places in the UK to have an electric shower where basically you're only heating the water when you want to use it because it's less wasteful. And I know that. I've stayed in the UK many times and I've had to deal with that before. And this one appeared to be one of those. I turned every knob, I flipped every switch, I pulled every cord. I could not figure out how to get it to start heating. So I have a sneaking suspicion it was broken. So I basically had to take a cold shower, which was not fun early in the morning, but I did it. And you know, this place was so cheap, I'm really not going to complain too much because it worked for what I needed, and I just showered quickly and got out and it was fine. But I do want to tell that story, but somewhat ironic that it says why I loved staying here when I did not love a cold shower. In that same package of stuff, I found two other things I might use. I really like this little cup, and because it's pink, it could work with this, but I don't want to put it here and cover up all this, so I'd almost have to layer it on here and kind of journal around it, which I could do. I could pop it up and make it 3D, but it's pink on pink, so I'm not sure how I feel about that necessarily. And then I also have this little flare, which is perfect because it was my room for the night. It's black, so it'll match. But I'm wondering if I should save it for one of the other places I stayed. I'm not sure. So I'm going to think a bit about those before I do anything with them. All right, so I think I'm undecided about this one, but I think I am going to use this because I figured that I can cut this receipt down and layer it on here. I don't really need it to say city, because it's obvious from our previous layout that I'm in Holyhead. So I don't think I need that. So if I end up covering that up, I'm totally cool with that. So if I cut this down and make it kind of fit in between the white lines here, top and bottom, and then maybe overlap this somehow, or even do it like this. I could even do that maybe. Ooh, look at that. It covers it up perfectly. So I'll play around with it, but I think I want to use that. And then it covers up a good deal of the card, which is nice because I don't need to journal there since I'm already journaling here. This is how I chose to work with this card. I put the receipt over the stars down here. I didn't need to see those. And then overlap this just a bit because this is where it says hotel. And then you can see it says Stanley Arms, which is technically a B&B, but fine. It shows where I stayed. That's the point. I can fill in the date. It is on here, but I can still fill it in if I want, or I could potentially cover that up as well. I don't remember my room number, so I have to look that up. I do think I have it in my journaling, in my traveler's notebook journaling that I did. I was the only room on the top floor. So either I was 1 or I was maybe 8 or something. I don't remember. But I can fill that in. I still have room here and here if I want to add something. And I think I might here because there's some red in the pillow here. There's lots of gray in the wallpaper and, you know, in several places here. Plus there's a little bit of yellow. So I'm not sure what I want to work in, but I feel like this is a lot of pink and I need to liven it up with something. In that same package of stuff, I wish I had looked through there sooner. I just kind of dumped it out and, you know, grabbed this right away because it's what I saw. But this was also in there and it's yellow. So I'm hoping I can pull this up a little bit and tuck it under there somehow, because I think that would bring in some nice color. And then maybe I could work in yellow down here, even here, maybe somewhere, even on this card, maybe. I'm just not sure that that's going to work. I also found this geotag, which I like. It's not the same yellow, so I'm not sure I can get away with that, but I like the idea of it. And I think I may have some yellow ones in my general travel stuff. So I'm going to start with this and futz around and see if I can make that work, and I'll go from there. I was able to pry this up a little bit, but only right here. I was afraid to pull too much over here and then it might rip. So this is a little more to the right than I would have liked, but I'm going to live with it because at least it lets me get some yellow in there. And I think the little cup theme to go with my tea service here is pretty fun. As you can see, I pulled out all of my yellow travel phrases to see if something would work. And I'm actually going to go with this one, I think. It's a pale yellow. It's not perfect, this, but it's better than something like this. This is a little too bright. So I think I'm going to go with that. It also has kind of a navy font on it, but there is blue right here, so I don't think it's that distracting. So I think I'm going to add that there, and then I just need to figure out, do I need something else here? I feel like I do, but I'm wondering, you know what, if I need to switch these, because if I move these like this, then if I put something here, it gives a nice zigzag across the page rather than these being on top of each other. I was trying to not have so much white next to each other, but maybe that would be okay. So then I'll have to see what could I find for here. I don't know that I want to use another travel phrase, but I have like some food and drink things in a different bin. Maybe I'll pull those out and see what I can find. Well, I didn't find anything in my bin of food stuff that I like. So now I'm going to go through my stamps. I know I have one that is coffee and tea themed. And so I'm wondering if I can find something in here. And I can't remember if there are phrases with it. The set I'm thinking of right there. Oh, there are some. I don't know that any of those are really worth it. It's more about coffee. But I'll look through the rest of these and just see if there's something that maybe I can stamp right there. I was hoping more for an embellishment type thing, but if I can't get that, I guess a stamp would do. So I've decided to use this set after all, and look at how pristine it is. I don't think I've ever used this. Maybe this one looks a little discolored, but I don't think maybe this one too. But I don't remember ever using it, and I've had these a long time. So I think what I'm going to do is this one that says makes me happy. And I'm sure it's supposed to go with the thing that says coffee or with a mug, but I think I could maybe fit it right here, and that might be enough. And you know what? All this talk about tea has made me want tea. So here I am. You can't see it, but there's a lemon wedge in the bottom there. I'm drinking my Twinings lemon and ginger. I actually tried it in the UK and fell in love with it. And so that's what I'm drinking as I work. All right, I seasoned the stamp, did a couple test runs, and there you have it. It fits perfectly in that space. So I'm glad I chose that one. And let's just see. Let's put them all together here. Oh, I never adhered this. I just set it on there and then didn't do it. Let's make sure that gets done. There we go. I want it about in the middle. Oh, that's not centered well enough, is it? If I could get myself together here. Is that a little better? Yeah, like that. All right, let's see. Am I happy enough with it to leave it? I think I am. All right, so here's another one done for whales. Thanks for sticking with me.